Welcome back. We're here at Universal Studios Hollywood once again, and we're back with the updates. After last week, we didn't really have updates because we're at a stage that the park is at updateless because it's peak season. Everything should be done or up to date, kind of like that. But today we have some unfortunate news that we'll get back inside the park. I'll tell you what it is, but updates here in City Walk are pretty small. It's just the Odyssey has now opened. I really want to watch it probably in the next upcoming days or eventually. Not 70 millimeter because I spend my money on too much gear. So Odyssey open, and also related to movies, City Walk on Curious George on the security hub. Not this one, not the one in Jurassic Parking. It has now a separate line. It depends on the day and at the hour too. AMC people have their own line because of the complaints of not waiting 2 minutes for security or less than a minute for security. So now they have a separate line for them to feel special. But that's everything for City Walk. Now let's make ourselves over to the park. All right, what is happening? Okay, so I already recorded this. I recorded a clip before the same information, kind of, before this video. But what it is technically Fox LA and only Fox LA has posted that Hollywood Drift is delayed until the end of the year. But that was only Fox, not NBC. I talked to a team member. Okay, let me just restart. So when I was going up the hill, I saw that Fox LA posted that, right? We just talked about that. So when I entered the park, I basically asked a team member about the situation, and they said Fox is our competition and listen to what NBC posts. And as of now, NBC has not posted anything regarding the situation. So if I would just take everything with a grain of salt and not believe fully that it's delayed. It could still be delayed, but not until the end of the year. It could still be summer. So remember, September is still summer. It could still open during Horror Nights, because if that happened, I'm gonna check right now and then update you guys. That means access for Hollywood Drift should be removed for all Horror Nights tickets. So once I'm finished rolling on this segment, I'll check, but it seems that's what it is. I don't think it's actually delayed till the end of the year. And I think it's just complete, utter bullshit. I'm sorry, guys, but I think it's just complete crap what Fox is posting. Because yes, there is sound, there is, a sound problem, but it's not big at all. It's very faint. And if you're in Toluca Lake and people complaining, they're either one, really, stupid for, moving next to a theme park, or two, they're being paid to do it. Because if you know about Toluca Lake, it's next to a freeway. How do you not hear the freeway, but you hear the coaster? Make that make sense. So I think it's just complete crap, because remember, Fox is owned by Disney. Disney, Universal's biggest competitor. But remember, it can mean that, but I won't really stand on something until I get official word from Universal. And also, continuing there too, supposedly the trains were sent back to Santa Clarita to be inspected because, remember last week I talked about on my short, something about spoiler falling off. I don't think it's true, because that same day that I made that video, there was 2 trains. There was one in the station and one outside of maintenance bay. Right now, both sides of the maintenance bay are closed, so I cannot say anything about that. So we're gonna continue going on. I'm gonna check that Horror Nights ticket, see if everything is still, cleared. I'm here back to report that Hollywood Drift is still part of HHN. It still has the access. I'll put it up in the screen. That just means that most likely that article is just complete crap. But let's still keep an eye out because it's Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift. Anything can happen from little minute to minute. So I'm still gonna update you guys throughout the day. I am gonna try to stay here all day, see if anything happens. So yeah. So long story short, I think it's just complete crap. Um, so most likely this ride is not delayed at all. I mean, not in a sense of being delayed throughout the end of the year, but delayed maybe a few weeks of they had in mind. So let's say August, the mid-August was in their mind. Maybe it's just delayed to like early September. So we just gotta still wait and see. And Turquita says Hollywood Drift is not delayed to the end of the year. Let's keep going throughout the park. Right around the entrance, it still says summer 2026. So that just basically confirms, because they would have changed it, because I remember a few weeks ago or a week ago, they were testing the now closed and then the closed one. So yeah, I think it's just crap, and that's just false information. And for my Instagram, my people on Instagram and TikTok, sorry for posting it, because I did believe it at first. I know I will take the stab. I did believe it at first, but then kind of piecing it all together, yes, complete crap. So it's most likely Hollywood Drift will open sometime still this summer. So I'll catch you guys still around the park. I don't know if you guys remember a few vlogs ago, I was completely dogging on Minions and Monsters. I finally watched it this past weekend, and it's completely amazing. It blew my expectations. I thought it was gonna be a brain rot film. It was actually so cool. Me who loves films, it has so many cool references to Spielberg, George Lucas, and just Hollywood in the past. And if someone who here loves the studio tour and you watch it, you're gonna get many references. I think it was an amazing movie. Definitely top 3 Minion films. So completely blew my mind. Good job, Illumination and Universal, because I was expecting crap, but good job. I was thinking a way to give this place more life is, eventually when, Simpsons goes away, if, it does happen, if it does, and we do, get some type of, I'm just saying, because, rumors, Pokemon, hopefully not. If we do get something, related to monsters, wouldn't it be cool if, one of these buildings is transformed into, like, not an attraction, but, kind of like a mystery of some sort. Like, if you, like, it's kind of like, I don't know how to explain it, like, the fan fest of Harry Potter, the Forbidden Forest attraction, where you have to do, these little side quests. What if, you start here, a side quest here, and you have to go, since it's, Paris, kind of like Little Europe in the studio tour, and then you transition over to what is supposed to be, a new Monsterland, and I think that would be cool. So hopefully, I do think Pokemon is a good franchise, but in a theme park sense, I don't think it's, it's worthy for a replacement. People hate Simpsons, but I kind of like it. I think Simpsons, it's fun, funny, and it's it's a good time, good runtime too, good pre-show. So eventually, when it goes, I hope there's a good successor, because I know it's an old ride system, but it needs a worthy successor for it to be fun. Now we have more information from Scott Gustin. 5 hours posted, I'll put it up on the screen. But according to a Universal spokesman, the ride is not delayed, and the announcement of opening is actually pretty close. So, long story short, do not believe Fox and anything actually, right? But so that's what it seems. It was complete crap, and they used it to clickbait, and it gone viral. It worked, and it worked for Fox. It went viral, and I think that's what they tried to do. And then it was same thing with the Hollywood Drift when the opening leaked. When it was that one, it didn't leak, but that mistake that happened online of opening June 26th. People still came. They didn't see when Universal said, "Oh, it was a mistake." They didn't see that part. So people still came and thought, "Oh, it's opening on the 26th." So if Fox played their cards right, since it's owned by Disney, people are not gonna believe that it's opening, very soon. Because like, oh no, they said it's closed for the entire year, and people are not gonna see it's not true. So it's a bunch of monkeys are running the whole operation. They're trying to slander Universal, but it's not gonna work. But anyways, I want to talk something about the lower lot, and it is. I don't know if you guys want to see this type of video someday. Would you guys love to see an update of what do I think the lower lot needs? You guys let me know in the comments. Because I do think that the lower lot needs massive, like overlook and care more than the upper lot. Look, Hollywood Drift, saved the upper lot, but now we need to save the lower lot. I think lower lot's the one that's suffering the most from the Mummy is an example, pretty, badly themed from the outside. Transformers, I want to talk about, how can they please some way, somehow bring the same facade from Orlando? And, Nintendo is a great addition, nothing to complain there. But my biggest things are the Mummy. I think the Mummy should go. So you guys, let me know if you guys want to see a type of video, in the next upcoming weeks. I want to clarify one more time. I'm sorry. I did not know. I forgot. Fox and 20th Century Fox are now technically two different companies, and Fox News is now owned by Disney. All right, let's get back to the updates.
All the way up to Universal Studios to the public, and we were dubbed the strangest city in the world. Here at Universal, we truly are a city you ever heard. We also did a lot of filming in there for Bell. They're used as offices for various production companies.
All right, it's now around the end of the day already. No extra updates on Hollywood Drift, but around the park, the only thing that I would say is studio tour. Just probably the Christopher Nolan. I don't think I've ever showed it on the channel, but today, like I said earlier in the beginning of the vlog, Odyssey opens today. Looks like a good movie. Anything else on the park? Not really. I'm not showing Horror Nights like I said earlier in other vlogs. But yeah, it looks like Hollywood Drift is still testingless. If that's the good word, or the a word for it. But the future of the ride and mostly Universal Studios Hollywood is unclear and kind of not looking good. If we're gonna keep getting noise complaints, might as well just make, if you ever want to invest in another coaster, might as well be indoor, like the Mummy. Maybe Gringotts, someday, make it to the park, but as of now, I'm not seeing that. But I'm Turquita, and we had, pretty short updates today. But regarding Hollywood Drift, it was pretty big, pretty, chaotic. So I'll be seeing you guys on the next one, and peace.